Good morning. Hi. So we're doing the announcements and some of the platform stuff from over here on the side this morning because of the way the platform is set up. So good morning. It's great to be back in the sanctuary this morning, thanks to the wind. So it made our decision for us. But it's great that we're allowed to be in here, and it's great that we were ready. So it's good to see all of you. My name is Todd Bopel, and I'm the treasurer serving on your board, and it's my honor to be with you this morning and to welcome you and to go through some initial announcements. Unity is a mystical spiritual community, and we practice one God, one heart, many paths, and we welcome all of you here this morning, both physically and online, so thanks for joining us. Our musical guests this morning are Cara LaGreen. Cara, welcome. Thank you so much for being with us. And of course, our own lovely Carol Roman. Thank you, Carol. And then making his way to his chair this morning, our lesson will be from Craig Phillips. So thank you, Reverend Craig, for being here. A few announcements of some things happening this week. This Thursday is class 4 of Craig's class on the Tao Te Ching. Even if you have not been able to attend the prior classes, you are welcome to attend this class. They all kind of stand alone as well as build on each other, so you're certainly welcome. Last week we had almost 30 people participating in reading and meditating and discussing, and so it's been a really great series, and we would really encourage you to check it out if you have time this Thursday evening. What time is that, Craig? 7 o'clock. Thursdays at 7. So if you have time to join us, and that's still being held on Zoom, and so the Zoom link is in the weekly news blast. No, you have to register, sorry. So register for it. The registration link is in the e-blast, or you can email unity@unitytustin.org, and we will always get you that information. On May 2nd, Cara is going to be here, and she will lead an outdoor event after the service on Sunday called Emerging into the New, Coming Out of the COVID Era with Intention. And so this is a new service that we're putting together, which includes a burning bowl to release a bunch of the stuff that we've all been dealing with for these last 15 plus months, and a really challenging year that we are all trying to put behind us. And so Cara and the spiritual ministry team came up with this vision for kind of a specific service to help us really release that energy and to think about what it's going to mean to move forward with intention into something new that's unfolding. So that event will be from 1 to 2:30 on Sunday, May 2nd. So please join us, and there will be a love offering at that as well. Hospitality is back, and so after the service, if you would like to take part in some hospitality, it's out there at the welcome table just to the right as you exit. And so Susan, Zach, and the hospitality team have been starting to dip their toe back into the water of how to provide hospitality. So please stop by and say hi and have some socially distant coffee and water. We'd love to see you there. I will be out there as well near the hospitality table because as the board member this week, I will hang around afterwards to take comments and questions and concerns from any of you that have those. So feel free to approach me as well if you'd like to talk about anything or ask any questions about what the board has been up to. And then that's it for today. So with that, I will turn it over to Annette for Surely the Presence to open the service.
Good morning, Unity. We have come to that time of sitting back in your chairs and relaxing, opening up your heart. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
I wish you roses in the spring, fledglings on the wing, fireflies that sing your name. I wish you flowers in the grass, memories that last, guided from the passing rain. I wish you joy. I wish you joy. I wish you joy. I hope the wind is at your back, keeping you on track, and that you never lack for love. I hope you'll walk beside your heart, even in the dark, guided by the stars above. I wish you love. I wish you love. I wish you love. So wherever you may roam, out there on your own, home is just a heart away. I wish you joy. I wish you joy. I wish you joy.
My turn. Oh, I was feeling the joy so much, I forgot that it was time for the prayer. Okay, so let's go ahead and close our eyes for a moment. So wonderful to feel ourselves back in the sanctuary this morning. Just get a sense of the divine presence that's here with us. Of course, it's outside in the garden, it's everywhere. But here it's very, very concentrated, very, very special. So get a sense of relaxing into that this morning. As I pray, beloved God, benevolent Tao, you are the ocean of awareness in which everything appears and disappears. We pray today to rest our wandering minds in the unchanging vastness of your presence. Bless us with the grace to let go of our worries, fears, anxieties, and most of all, our sense of separation from you. And let us take refuge in the sanctuary of peace, joy, and the stability within. Like the vast open sky, allow our awareness to soar in the spacious abode of your presence, which is present, which is around and within us, as us, always, always.
Good morning. Today's daily word is pray for others. With mind and heart, I know the truth for each person I hold in prayer. A friend, someone said, knows the truth for you until you can know it for yourself. Praying for friends, family members, and those I haven't met, I center my awareness in the truth that each one for whom I pray is a living expression of God, just as I am. Letting go of fear, I release thoughts of lack, illness, disharmony, or any limitation. I see each person for whom I pray abundantly blessed. I see each one warmed and comforted by divine love that lifts their hearts and brings harmony to their relationships. I affirm their abundant living guided by divine love, wisdom, and understanding. I see life unfolding in perfect divine order, enjoying security, health, and joy. The Bible verse is from Corinthians. I will pray with the Spirit, but I will pray with the mind also. I will sing praise with the Spirit, but I will sing praise with the mind also.
Could there be more than this life we call mine? Than a journey through space, or a storyline? More to life than the body can sense, than the mind can conclude from experience. Does who we are begin with breath, depend on form, or end with death? Strip away these roles, these names, and then it remains. And who you really are, who you really are. We measure success by the things we accrue, or the bonds that we form, or the deeds we do. But these too shall pass. As hard as we try to hold on to form will die. But inherent in this dance of form is the chance to see what's yet unborn, and the choice to throw this chance away and be caught up in the play of who we think we are, who we think we are. This is your lifetime. It could end at any time. Where is your intention? Where is your prayer? Where is your song? In a fortunate life comes a call to be free from the cycle of bondage, misidentity, to wake from the dream and finally realize the truth of one's being before the body dies. But before the final scene is past, see the screen on which it's cast. See what's seen, this me and you, and then you will see who you really are, who you really are, who you really are, who we really are.
If you haven't already, let's close our eyes and rest. You know, sometimes when we mention the word meditation, it can make us tense immediately. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. You've had a hard day. Some of you, I can't wait to get home. I'm just going to do my meditation. I'm going to relax. And then you get there and you sit down and your efforting and your struggle to get someplace special keeps you from just relaxing with what is. You see, we never leave the essential awareness that we are, except for when we fly up into the mind, thinking about the past, thinking about the future, worried about this, worried about that. Just notice this morning, prior to those thoughts, there is peace. There is stability. And there is the ocean of this divine presence that is here now. And all meditation is a continual relaxing into this openness that we're sitting in today. It's a continual relaxing into the spaciousness of that awareness of God's presence. There's nothing complicated about this. Just relax. And as you relax, notice that your body today is being held by a beautiful space here in the sanctuary. Relax out. Feel the space around your body. Those that are meditating at home, feel the space you're sitting in. What do you feel there? What is holding you? Relax into that spaciousness. And let your awareness move out this morning And get a sense of holding everybody that's here with you in that same spacious awareness. We're all sitting together in that ocean of divine presence. And this is true not only here, but for everyone, everywhere. And as you rest more deeply in that, bring awareness to your listening for just a moment. From that spacious presence, listen to the sounds of life arising around you. Mostly what we hear right now is silence. But there are sounds arising in the silence, in the space. And listen very deeply to that silence. Lift your interior gaze as you listen. Notice that these sounds are arising here this morning spontaneously to your awareness. And what I mean by that is you don't really have any control over what is arising here this morning. And why would you want to? Notice that these sounds, the silence, the space, it's all arising in the present moment. If you are not fully present here, you won't hear this, you won't feel this. If you are in your mind, you won't know this. You won't feel this. I'm going to ask the person who's coughing to leave, please. Please exit. And now let's bring awareness to our breathing. And just feel the breath fresh and new in this moment. Let the breath flow in through your forehead as if like a breeze. Let it sweep your mind of any remaining debris, any fear, any worry, struggle to meditate. And as you breathe out, let it carry it out. Come to your breathing fresh and new with every breath. And notice that the breath is happening only now. You cannot breathe in the future. You cannot breathe in the past. When you are absorbed in your breath, you are only here and now. Rest in your spacious breath for a moment. Rest in the ocean of this unchanging awareness. As we come toward the end of the meditation, at least this part of the meditation, bring this little Zen question to your mind directly. Look fresh and new here. Here and now, is there anything lacking? And here and now, is there anything lacking? Feel that. Feel that unchanging presence in which nothing is ever lacking, which is always now. As we in this part of the meditation, let's listen to these words from Sogyal Rinpoche. The purpose of meditation is to awaken in us the sky-like nature of mind and to introduce us to that which we really are, our unchanging, pure awareness, which underlies the whole of life and death, which underlies the whole universe. Feel the truth of that in your own experience this morning. And listen again very deeply. So all of us can feel this morning, it's very beautiful to be back here in the sanctuary. There's been a lot of prayer and meditation, teachers, classes that have gone on here. And a space like this begins to hold that frequency so that when we come into it, meditation is very, very easy, isn't it? Of course, meditation can be easy anywhere. But that's one of the beautiful things about having a community and practicing together like this, is that when we come here, we know we can relax, we can let go and be. And also today, this was a very beautiful lesson for me because last month, some of you were here. You remember I talked about that which always changes, or the miracle of change. That was it. Right? So this morning I got that, a message that, oh, the wind is blowing hard, so we need to move indoors. Oh, that changed everything. The meditation I had planned was about being outdoors, right? Isn't that beautiful? This happens to me all the time. I never know really what I'm going to say when I give a talk or lead a meditation. I'm always open to reality, to the spontaneity of what the moment may bring, right? If we plan too much and we get attached to our plans, we all know, right? God or the Tao soon says, oh, not so fast. I have other plans for you. The level to which we're happy and joyful is how flexible we can be and flow with this divine energy like we are this morning. Some of you might have arrived thinking we were going to be in the garden, right? And here you are. Some people that were going to come today are at home watching because they don't want to be in the sanctuary, and that's beautiful. So flowing with reality, in Taoism, this is called Wu Wei, right? Just being in the flow and going with it. So last month, I talked about how everything changes, and I'm not going to go through all of that again. We all know the truth of that. If you're old enough, or even if you're young, you're getting a sense that no matter what you put together or what happens in the world or what you own or what relationships you have, it eventually changes, doesn't it? It eventually dissolves. Sometimes it dissolves into something greater that we love, but sometimes we go through some pain during those changes. And during those times of intense change, we can find ourselves wishing for something that we can take refuge in that does not change. Isn't it true? This is what brought me to spirituality. At a very young age, I realized, oh my goodness, no matter what I put together, no matter what I do, number one, it's not going to make me happy. It's not going to satisfy me. And number two, it's going to change. I think when I went through my first big romantic breakup, I got a clue. Right? We all were there. Oh, this is going to last forever. And I know that we'll be together forever. Not realizing that there's a lot of time between you and forever, right? And so there's breakups and there's jobs that end and there's things that come and go. And pretty soon we can feel, if we're attached to all these things, we can feel like we're being blown to and fro. Isn't it true? I know that was true for me. And I wanted to find something beyond those changes that was here and stable that I could depend on. Last month I talked about an experience that I went through later in my life about 11 years ago where I really got curious because I was moving through a very, very dark time in my life. I really wanted to get clear on what I knew after 30 years of spiritual practice. What do I know is true? And if you were here, we went into how belief is different than truth. And I won't go in that today. That might be a whole Dharma talk of its own sometime. And during this time, what I came to was that everything changes, for sure. And that my suffering and the pain that I had gone through had been because I had resisted those changes. It wasn't about the changes that happened. It was because I had the expectations that things wouldn't change, which is not in alignment with reality. Yeah. I also said last month that there was something else that I discovered during this time, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. It was actually two things. They're kind of two sides of the coin. And the topic of the talk today is the sanctuary of unchanging presence. So what I began to explore and notice was that I was being held in those moments, even of pain, by a presence, by a spaciousness that never changed. It never went away. I just didn't notice it all the time. And when I went deep in meditation, I could feel it. I could get a sense of it. But during this period of my life, it really began to loom into view. I really began to have an experience of what I could take sanctuary in, and what I was going to be able to take sanctuary in for the rest of my life. And that literally is the space that we're sitting in today. In Dzogchen Buddhism, the masters call this seeing of spaciousness the view of reality here. In Taoism and Buddhism, the masters say, if we're honest, we pay very little, if any, attention to the space that we're sitting in right now. And yet, when all of you closed your eyes for meditation, where did you go? into that spaciousness. But here's the thing, the spaciousness is not only within us, it's around us. Look around. Yeah? And so in Dzogchen Buddhism, the great masters point to the fact that we can have a very deep experience of this unchanging presence. Dzogchen means the great perfection of our own being, the great perfection of the Buddha mind, of God, of the Tao. And where they direct us as an example is to look up at the sky. They do these meditations called sky gazing. And so we're not outdoors today, so we'll do this from in here today, because we don't have to be out actually looking at the sky. We can get a sense of this as we sit here today, right? As we contemplate the sky, contemplate its openness, its spaciousness, its freedom. And sometimes we walk outside and the sky is very blue, isn't it? And sometimes we walk out and there's white fluffy clouds floating through the sky. Sometimes we go out and there's storm clouds in the sky, rain clouds, sometimes thunder. Sometimes, as we know from being in the garden, planes fly through the sky. Yeah? You can even put things on your back, go up in a plane, and jump through the sky. Maybe some of you have done that. People like that feeling of falling through space. It's a thrill ride. Rainbows appear in the sky. Notice this. The sky never says, not today. I'm closed for business. Planes, not allowed. I don't like rain clouds, but I like fluffy clouds. The sky allows everything to enter into its field of openness and to depart without holding on. The quality of this sky is openness, spaciousness, and freedom. And when we get a sense of the spacious sky, we're starting to get very close to our own true nature. Unbound and free. But let's come from the sky now right down into this space that we're sitting in today. And from here on, I'm just going to ask everybody, as I use these words to point, relax. Do not try to figure this out with your mind. Just let the words take you where they point and see what your experience is. Get a sense for a moment of the space around your body. By the way, this space we're sitting in is the same space as the sky, isn't it? All the way down. And if we go out, it's millions of light years out, this spacious awareness. But right now, we're in this sanctuary. Get a sense of your body sitting in that space. It's holding you. It's allowing you to be. If those that are looking, if you let your eyes alight on anything, the piano, this table, me, notice the space between us. Do you ever focus on the space between you and another human being? The space is allowing me to move my arm like this. It's going to allow you to get up and move to your car and leave. And then you will drive home in your car through space until you arrive home. I would say the space is very, very important. How about you? Very important. But I'm going to ask each one of you to be honest. How much time have you given to even feel or look into the space you move through every moment of your life? 0? So the most important thing in this life we ignore. And here's how you know it's the most important thing. Without space, there is no me. Sitting here. Without space, there is no piano. Without space, there is no building. Without space, there are no trees. Without space, there is no cars. This space that I'm pointing at today allows everything to have its life, does it not? Really feel into what I'm saying today. This space is allowing your body to sit in your chair, and it's allowing the chair. This space is very, very important. In fact, in Buddhist and Taoist teaching, this spatial awareness that I'm talking about, it's the key to awakening, to enlightenment, because we ignore it completely. I'm going to read a verse from the Tao Te Ching where Lao Tzu talks about this space, what I'm talking about. Now, he talks about space as non-being because there's nothing in it, apparently. But we know that's not true either. It's pregnant with energy, right? And he talks about the things in space as being. So the stuff is being, the space is non-being. Let's hear what Lao Tzu has to say about this 2,800 years ago. We join spokes together in a wheel, but it's the center hole that makes the wagon move. We shape clay into a pot, but it is the emptiness inside that holds whatever we want. We hammer wood for a house or a sanctuary, but it is the inner space that makes it livable. We work with being, but non-being is what we use. Isn't it true? So if we're honest, and we have been this morning because we've acknowledged that we don't pay any attention to the space that allows us to be, we're fixated on everything that does change, aren't we? We're fixated on the situations in life. We're fixated on our body. We're fixated on our relationships. We're fixated on our possessions. We're fixated on our thoughts in our mind, which is just more stuff. And all of these things change, don't they? And they all are able to change because they have a space that allows them to change. No wonder we are filled with such worry and anxiety, because we are constantly focused on the content of our life, which is going to change. What would happen if we relaxed, as we did into meditation, into the space that never changes? Stability. Relaxation. As you continue to hear me and you look at me, feel the space between us today that's holding us. Feel it around your body. You will never figure this out with your mind. To know this, you must relax and dissolve into it. Just be in it. Relax. It's right here, right now. Here's the wondrous thing about this space as well. When we know the space we move through, let's say it this way, when we know the space that allows us to live and move, we are here and now. Some of you may be noticing this, that as you focus on this space, you must be here and now. This space and now, they are one. And in that now, God is known. Your true nature is known here and now as this spacious ocean of awareness. Look around, it's giving rise to everything. It's allowing the piano to be, the chairs to be, the bodies to be, the space is allowing it all to arise spontaneously. And it's always present now. You cannot know this in the future. Another way, you cannot know God in the future. To know God, you must be here. You can't know yourself as this awareness unless you are present here. So let's do a little experiment. Let's say that as we all leave today, we all sign a waiver that we're all going to meet back here in the sanctuary in 200 years. All right, we're all Buddhas. We've all transcended the body, but we're going to come back here just as a little experiment. Right? We come back here, but what we found is that everything's changed. In fact, this isn't even a church anymore. But they're allowing us to use the space. Or they've actually just got rid of this, and we're actually just sitting outside now. Maybe some condos over here, because that's the nature of the physical universe, isn't it? It's all going to change. So we get back here 200 years from now, the trees are gone, everything's gone. Let's just imagine, because it will be. And here we are. And we sit together, and then we notice what's still the same 200 years from now. What would you be sitting in 200 years from now? Yes. By the way, not a different space. This space. Same space that Jesus moved around in the present moment. Same space that the dinosaurs walked around in now. Same space that the Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree now is right here now. It never changes. The abode of sanctuary, of presence and stability that we want is only here and now in this spaciousness that we are sitting in together. Do you feel it? 1,000 years from now, we could come back. This space will not have changed, not once. We're really interested in what changes, aren't we? That's why we have no stability. That's why we have no sense of groundedness. The ground of being is this space right here. And it's always now. So as we turn and we start to look within, if you like, you can close your eyes as we do come toward the end. We'll do a little meditation because some of you might be wondering, well, what about within me? The Dzogchen masters are very clear that this spacious awareness is who we are. So as you close your eyes, feel again the space that's holding you, actually that's allowing your body to be. And get a sense of yourself without needing to visualize anything. That you are as spacious as the sky. And in your sky-like awareness, your body is appearing. Relaxed. In this sky-like awareness that you are, thoughts are arising in the mind. And then they dissolve to the awareness that you are. Emotions. Plans. Everything is arising within you like clouds in the sky. And this sky-like awareness that you are is allowing all of that to be, to come in and dissolve. You are the sky. You are this sky-like awareness. Rest in that for a few moments. Notice very gently again how everything you're aware of now is simply arising spontaneously. You're not having to do anything to make this happen right now or to appear. It's simply appearing in your sky-like awareness. Including the thoughts in your mind. Rest as what you are. As we come toward the end of this part of the meditation, listen to these words from Khyentse Rinpoche, the great Dzogchen master. Once you have the view, you will be like the sky. When a rainbow appears in the sky, it is not flattered. When clouds appear, it is not disappointed. There is simply a deep sense of contentment here and now. One day you will chuckle from inside as you see the facade of your wandering mind. And instead, you will keep constantly amused all the time with a little inner smile bubbling away. Let's listen again very, very deeply. Listen now.
I want to welcome anyone who's here for the first time with us. If you're willing to raise your hand or stand. Anyone? Welcome. Christy has a packet for you that will tell you something about unity. Oh, okay. Christy, somebody right here too. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you for being with us today. There are name tags in the packet that you might fill out and put on so that we can greet you after the service. There's a small hospitality out at the welcome table, and we just want to welcome you for being here. There's also a form inside that you could fill out that will help us. We can put you on our mailing list and let you know what our upcoming services and our events are. Mostly we want to let you know this is a completely inclusive community. We welcome everyone here, every race, every sexual orientation, every belief system, every background. Craig is here to speak today on Eastern traditions, and then we have someone else that speaks on I guess what you would call traditional unity teachings. And then we have another person who speaks on what we call contemporary spirituality. So there's something for everyone here at Unity of Tustin. So we just want to take a moment and bless our new people with us today. Some of you may remember this, where we hold up our hands and say, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Thank you. And now we've come to the time of our tithes and love offerings. If you're new today, we don't ask for you to participate in this part of our service. It is our pleasure to welcome you. But for those of you who are here, not for the first time, I invite you to give back to your spiritual community. Give to support that which supports you spiritually. I've had reason this week to know about the power of participating in something larger than yourself. And all human beings are hardwired to want that participation in something larger than yourself. So join me in saying the love offering blessing. Me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And Cara has another blessing for us.
Things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my race. I am not my age. My soul inside. are a piece of it all. I am light.
Thank you, Cara. So as we end our service today, we say the prayer for protection, which is Unity's greatest affirmative prayer. And we hope that you use the affirmative prayer and remember the prayer for protection all week long. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Go forth and live in the unchanging now.